This is the Jordan River in the spring. It is wide, filled with murky water, and running fast right through the tree line, swollen all the way to the top of its banks. The water rushing through those banks is the heavy seasonal snowmelt pouring down from the mountains of Hermon. Across that dangerous stretch of water sits the final destination, the ancient stone walls of Jericho, rising out of the morning haze. On the eastern shore, at Shittim, the Israelites are packed and waiting in long, low woven tents, preparing to move. They are staring at an impassable natural barrier. No physical path exists to move an entire nation of families and livestock across a flood of this magnitude. The man standing at the front of the camp is no longer Moses. Yehoshua, son of Nun, is now in command. The commentator known as the Malbim notes a sudden shift in their formation. For 40 years, a pillar of cloud guided the Israelites by day, and a pillar of fire by night. Now, those pillars have vanished. Without those guides, the Ark of the Covenant takes a new role as the vanguard, and instead of the regular Levites carrying it, the Ark is placed firmly on the shoulders of the Kohanim. Yehoshua issues a precise logistical command. The entire camp must stay 2,000 cubits back from the Ark as it moves forward. The Malbim explains that this distance is a practical necessity. Keeping 1,000 paces back ensures every farmer, shepherd, and warrior can look ahead and see exactly where the Ark is walking. They are entering a route they have never traveled before. Yehoshua watches the Kohanim step into position at the front, lifting the gold-fitted poles. The Levites have been replaced by the high priests, signaling that the standard rules of the wilderness no longer apply. He gathers the people. "Sanctify yourselves," he tells them, "for tomorrow Hashem will do wonders in your midst." Yehoshua assumes these wonders are happening for the merit of Israel, but God corrects him. Speaking through a sudden change in the air, the divine voice refocuses the event. "Today I will begin to magnify you in the eyes of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with you." The Malbim connects this moment to the beginning of the Exodus. Moses was established as leader at the Sea of Reeds. Yehoshua will be established here at the Jordan. Authority is not handed down through spoken words alone. It is cemented by the conquering of water. Yehoshua summons the Israelites to deliver the prophecy of how they will cross the flood. He tells them to look to the vanguard. "Behold, the Ark of the Covenant of the Master of all the earth crosses before you into the Jordan." The Malbim focuses on this specific title. The territory across the river has a true sovereign, and he has arrived at his own borders. In a royal kingdom, heavy gates stay locked against outsiders. The churning flood waters of the Jordan act as those closed gates. But just as gatekeepers must open the doors for the master of the land, the natural barriers of the earth cannot remain shut when their king arrives. On the morning of the 10th of Nisan, the Kohanim carry the ark straight toward the muddy bank. The flood is still at its absolute height. They do not slow down. They do not hesitate. The men step forward until their feet touch the swirling brown current. The water reacts in 3 stages. Far upstream at the town of Adam, the flow stops. It piles into a vertical wall, holding its shape without breaking the riverbanks. Simultaneously, the water flowing downstream is cut off. It drains out of the riverbed, flowing south until it empties into the arid coastline of the Salt Sea. The ground directly beneath the Kohanim dries into a hard, rocky wadi. The gates of the land have opened. The Kohanim walk into the center of the empty Jordan and stand still. They hold the ark on their shoulders, waiting in the dry basin. 40,000 armed men from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh march past them first, their bronze spearheads held in a strict vanguard formation. Miles upstream, that towering wall of suspended water trembles in the distance, held back higher than cedar trees above the passing nation. Behind the soldiers, the Israelite families walk their livestock down into the riverbed. They pass dry-footed beside the golden ark, opposite the walls of Jericho. The dust of 40 years of wandering settles. For the first time, the wilderness generation walks firmly on the dry soil of their homeland.